Well, I'm Margaret. My husband, Robert, had cystic fibrosis. He passed away a year and a half ago. He had his first transplant in 2008. Of course, don't remember anything I was going to talk about. But I became an organ donor on my license when he was listed the first time. And I was, one of the times going out, as carded, and they're like, what are you donating? And I said, whatever they want. I won't need it anymore. And so we have twin daughters. When I met Bob, he didn't know that CF males could have children, but they can. And the first transplant gave us, about 5 years of time with him that the kids otherwise would not have remembered him, because they were 4 when he was transplanted. Bob's parents are here tonight. And then, he had basically every complication you could get with the first transplant that you could have, and but he still lived. He still worked out the best he could. The first, back to the first transplant, he was still muscular. He was going down in the basement lifting weights while he was on oxygen. He fed his oxygen tube through the stairs so he could disconnect and reconnect down there. And when they transplanted him, they were just like, we've never seen muscles on a CFer before, but then, the second transplant, he was so sick and thin, it was like the typical CF transplant where you're weak and it's basically your last resort. But he never came home from the hospital that time. But, if he didn't have the strength and adherence to his medication regimen, they would have never done the second transplant. If he was anywhere near the end of a refill on a drug and he didn't have it in his hands, he was calling all the places if they didn't have it. I was driving out to Rite Aid or CVS so they could special order something and get it in. And again, it's just his personality is what allowed him to have that second chance and third chance. And we met Laura through your brother.
Jane talked about this, but it is a challenge to marry somebody with cystic fibrosis. Margaret's had to do everything. She had to, Bob couldn't work. He had to leave Ford, and she's done so much, and she has the girls, and she has a ton of challenges, and she has insurance battles still, and Bob is gone. So, she's not saying how much she's been through and still going through, but she's been through a lot. And Bob was awesome. The one thing that he taught me that I passed on to my girls is you always have to work out. Like, he was fanatically about working out. And in the first CF calendar that he was in, he was hot. And I think we even had him take his shirt off or something, but he was awesome. And so, she's not saying how much she's been through and still going through, but Margaret's awesome. She, the girls are having a hard time, and you've been through a lot. So thank you for coming up here. It's very hard for her to talk. It hasn't been that long, and we love you and appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.